In the bustling city of Yumahara, where modern skyscrapers met ancient temples, lived a young woman named Aiko. Aiko was an ordinary high school student, but her life was about to take an extraordinary turn. Unbeknownst to her, she was the last in a line of powerful shrine maidens, chosen to protect the world from malevolent spirits. Aiko's journey began on a stormy night. The sky roared with thunder, and the rain fell in torrents. As she walked home from her part-time job, a strange feeling washed over her, a sense of being watched. She quickened her pace, but the feeling persisted. Suddenly, a figure appeared before her, cloaked in shadows. The figure revealed itself to be an ancient spirit, Ryujin, the Dragon King. Ryujin explained that a dark force known as the Dying Soul was awakening, threatening to engulf the world in despair. The Dying Soul was a powerful entity that fed on negative emotions, and its revival would bring chaos and destruction. Aiko was stunned, struggling to comprehend the magnitude of what she was hearing. Ryujin continued, "You, Aiko, possess the bloodline of the Shrine Maidens. Only you have the power to seal the Dying Soul and restore balance." Overwhelmed but determined, Aiko agreed to take on the responsibility. Ryujin gifted her a sacred talisman, a pendant that glowed with a mystical light. With it, Aiko could summon ancient powers and communicate with spirits. Her life as an ordinary student vanished, and she embarked on a quest to save the world. Aiko's first task was to find and recruit allies. She sought out others who possessed spiritual abilities. Her journey led her to 3 unique individuals: Kenji, a hot-headed warrior with the power to control fire; Yumi, a gentle healer who could mend wounds with a touch; and Haru, a mysterious monk with the ability to manipulate shadows. Together, they formed an unlikely team, each bringing their strengths and vulnerabilities. As they trained and bonded, they learned to trust and support one another. Their mission was to track down the manifestations of the Dying Soul, known as the Shadow Wraiths, and purify them before the darkness spread. Their first encounter with the Shadow Wraith was in the abandoned district of the city. The air was thick with malevolence, and the buildings seemed to groan under the weight of despair. The Wraith, a grotesque creature born from the sorrow of a forgotten artist, attacked them with relentless fury. Kenji's fiery attacks clashed with the Wraith's dark tendrils, while Yumi's healing light shielded them from harm. Haru's shadows danced around the creature, creating openings for Aiko to strike with her talisman. With teamwork and determination, they managed to purify the Wraith, releasing the artist's trapped soul. The victories continued, but so did the challenges. Each Wraith they faced was stronger and more cunning, testing their resolve and pushing them to their limits. The bond between the friends grew stronger, their trust unwavering. Amidst the battles, Aiko began to experience strange visions. She saw glimpses of a past life, memories of a shrine maiden who had once sealed the Dying Soul. The visions revealed the true nature of the entity and the sacrifices needed to defeat it. Aiko understood that to save the world, she would have to confront the Dying Soul directly. The final confrontation took place in a desolate realm where reality and nightmares intertwined. The Dying Soul, a colossal shadowy figure, awaited them. Its presence exuded a suffocating sense of dread, and the air crackled with dark energy. The battle was fierce, each member of the team giving their all to weaken the entity. As the fight reached its climax, the Dying Soul unleashed a devastating attack, targeting Aiko. Ryujin's voice echoed in her mind, urging her to use the full power of the talisman. With unwavering determination, Aiko channeled her energy into the pendant, creating a brilliant light that pierced the darkness. The Dying Soul shrieked in agony, its form beginning to disintegrate. However, the visions had revealed a final truth to Aiko: the only way to completely seal the Dying Soul was to sacrifice her own soul. With tears in her eyes, she made the ultimate decision. "Aiko, no!" Kenji, Yumi, and Haru cried out, realizing her intention. But Aiko's resolve was firm. She smiled at her friends, grateful for their journey together. "Thank you for everything," she whispered, as her spirit merged with the light of the talisman. The Dying Soul was vanquished, its darkness dispelled. The realm returned to normal, and the friends found themselves back in the city, surrounded by a calm, serene aura. The world was saved, but the cost was dear. In the days that followed, the friends mourned Aiko's sacrifice, but they also celebrated her bravery and selflessness. They pledged to continue her legacy, protecting the world from any future threats. The pendant, now devoid of its glow, was placed in a shrine, a symbol of hope and remembrance. Years later, the village of Umehara flourished, the memory of Aiko's heroism inspiring generations. Kenji, Yumi, and Haru became revered figures, guiding others with the wisdom they had gained. The story of the dying soul and the shrine maiden who saved the world became a legend, a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of unity. And so, in the city where ancient temples stood alongside modern skyscrapers, the tale of Aiko and her friends lived on, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, a single, brave soul could illuminate the world with hope and light.